The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. It is Tuesday.
It is.
Scotty Ray and Candace, she is back.
I'm back. The UFO convention was wonderful.
I am so glad that you attended that. So what were you really off doing?
I had a doctor's appointment.
Oh.
Yeah, I was, you know how you get the reminder? You make the appointment like a year ahead of time. When you go to your last one, you make one for the next year. So it was a checkup, and I got the reminder like late Friday on my phone. And I was like, I don't even know what doctor this is. What?
I've gotten them.
So literally 8:30 yesterday, I found out what doctor I was going to.
So who are y'all?
So, yeah, it was just a checkup.
Look, we had a gorgeous picture sent in a moment ago, and it just really makes you appreciate just how nice of a morning we had. This was sent in from Causeyville. Let me click this picture here and make it bigger where everybody can see this. This is Causeyville this morning as the sun was coming up. Look at that.
That's pretty, yeah.
I just love gorgeous pictures. And this morning so peaceful. What?
I know.
57?
I'm going to tell you what, I'm in a better mood when the weather is cold. I really am.
I don't know if anybody's caught on to it just yet, but she's dressed in flannel this morning.
It's not flannel. This is waffle knit.
That ain't a waffle knit. That is called
This is not flannel.
That's a long john shirt.
Yeah, it kind of is like that material, but
that's flannel, long john-ish.
Yeah. But you know, I have to be comfortable because I go to another
I can
job
see.
after I leave here.
She's got on fuzzy bunny ear shoes too.
Oh, I do not. I have my teeny shoes on this morning. Yeah, but I got to be comfortable. Some days you just got to do that. You know?
Long johns are probably one of the most comfortable thing that you can wear, and if you buy, and it's really don't buy those brands that you wash once and it shrinks 4 sizes.
Oh yeah, you got floods.
Yeah, you will be miserable the rest of your life. Spend that extra $15 and get the better pair.
Right.
Well worth it.
The ladies have some like thermal underwear. They call them cuddle duds. Have you ever had those? Oh. Like, ladies, if you haven't, you need to get you some because they are super comfortable. And especially in the cold weather.
Yeah.
You go to soccer games, you go hunting. You know.
The bad part is the older you get, if you put on long johns, then your pants don't fit.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I have been hunting, and I've had on like a couple of pairs. When it was so cold, I think we went hunting one time. I had on my little cuddle dud things. I had on a pair of jogging pants, and then I had my hunting pants on over that. I felt like I couldn't move. I felt like the Michelin Man, you know.
The abominable snowman, or is it abominable?
Abominable.
Yeah.
Abominable. That's kind of hard to say.
Those times are coming once again, believe it or not. I know it's hot now, but be ready.
Look, people don't forget things.
Oh, no.
They remember that I wore my socks on my hand one time for gloves.
You did.
That's when it snowed, and I had to go outside with Alden.
Well, I remember.
Find my gloves. Yeah.
I remember. Have you seen the headline this morning? And I guess it would be maybe he's not ashamed. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But an arrest was made in Alabama yesterday. Who did they arrest? Somebody from the group Alabama. Oops. Mm. Teddy Gentry has been arrested. Of course, he's one of the founding members of Alabama. Why? Uh-huh. He had marijuana up on him.
Oh, goodness.
And paraphernalia. Row. They pulled him over for a traffic stop and just happened to notice the marijuana up in there. He was taken on downtown.
Yeah.
I wonder how Randy feels about that.
I don't know.
They come
you think
off
they
as
all kind of partake? I don't know.
I don't think Randy is just, he's a no-nonsense. Mm-hmm. You never hear anything out of Teddy. I don't think they can really talk, can they?
I don't know. I don't know that I even knew what his name was. I knew Randy Owen was the
lead singer.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of them are just kind of like in the background. Mm-hmm. But Randy comes across as no nonsense. This is the way it is. Uh-huh. This is the way we're doing it. Real strong Christian.
I watched a show not too long ago, and he was on there. It was like stars showing their homes, you know. And he lives in an old Victorian style home.
Randy?
I would never have known that. Different wallpaper on every wall, like in that house.
Randy was never hit with the starstruck. Mm-hmm. He just got a farm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the house is, I love old homes, and it's just an old Victorian style house. I mean, he has the old type furniture that's in there, Victorian style. So it was really
Randy
neat.
was never spoiled by the modern things. What a great person. I've always liked him. But that's kind of breaking news that happened across to Alabama yesterday. I was kind of shocked over that one.
Yeah.
Maybe you were.
That's kind of bad, to be in the spotlight like that.
Yeah, because everybody knows it ain't just like, locally where it's a little charge there. It goes nationwide.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Goodness.
So that's one of the big ones there. We did have a small break-in where somebody wanted in somebody's house, and they thought, well, the door's locked, so I'll just knock out the window and go on in. That did happen overnight in the evening hours there as we go to 27th Street, right along in here. Here's 8th Street. It would be due north of there, right along in there, that area along in here. Just can't keep criminals out, can you?
Yeah, speaking of criminals, this was, I guess, a wannabe criminal. I don't know.
Wannabe? Tell me more.
You remember I was talking to someone over the weekend about the downtown area. She was in the downtown area last week, and it was broad daylight. I want to say she said around 2 o'clock. And she was going to her vehicle, which was parked along a sidewalk. And she saw a guy coming down the sidewalk. And I think she said when she unlocked her car, maybe only one of her doors, her driver door, unlocked.
Yeah, most of them do, unless you click it twice.
Right. And so I think she made the statement to me, was what she said, if I'd have had a vehicle that unlocked all the doors at one time, there's no way I could have kept this person from getting in my car. But the guy coming down the sidewalk, she did not look at him as a threat. It was no red flags.
Normal looking guy.
Right. No red flags like that she should worry or be concerned. And I guess in this day and time, you just never know. So, but he tried to get in her vehicle, really tried very hard to get in the other passenger door of her vehicle. And she pulled off, and she made the comment, she said, I've been to self-defense classes. I've been trained in that kind of stuff. And I thought 100,000 times of what I would do. And most of us do that.
Yeah.
What would I do if something like this happened? And she said, and I want to say all of that flew out the window, when this happened
It was
to me.
kind of like a panic over
Yeah, she said, I just was hit so quick, like it happened so fast, and I couldn't think. All I could think was get out of there. So she did.
So she drove off with him, still trying to get into her car.
I think so. Yes, that's what she said. But I think she was in the process trying to get some pictures from one of the businesses around there of the guy. So I guess we'll wait and hear from her.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be brought to justice for
I guess
that.
what I'm getting at is just be extra careful. Even the people that you would not think would be a threat, or they don't throw up a red flag, just always be on alert.
It's always those pretty girls that you go out on a date that will keep calling you and won't leave you alone. Never, ever forget that. I'm just warning you. Be careful who you date also.
Yeah.
You can't shake them.
Men
They get
or
your
women. Men
get
or
your
women.
phone number. They'll keep calling you going, when you coming back? Well, let me talk to my mama.
I'm grounded.
I'm 40 and I can't come.
I ain't got a car.
Oh, let's see some other things. We did have an accident last night near Russell Christian Academy. Somebody was banged up a little bit there as we take a look here at the map of what happened. Here's Russell Christian Academy. Happened right along in that area there on the highway there. Our volunteer firemen jumped to the scene and went out and helped out with that situation. Couldn't think of the word that I was looking for. But I think everybody's okay, but still a little fender bender there.
That's a busy area, especially with the train track there. That's kind of scary,
you get
too.
kind of. Now, another thing that happened yesterday afternoon, and it held up traffic for quite some time. This is not the first time. I remember not long ago we had a death. Now, yesterday we did not, but it was an accident all to itself. Southeast area, right at Southeast High School, where the Dollar General and all of that is, where the red light is. As we pull this up, this is where that happened. 3 cars involved. One flipped.
Oh, goodness.
As we look at this, let's zoom in on this a little bit more there. See the car upside down?
Yes.
Doesn't take much to flip a car. As we get closer to this, we see all the sheriff's deputies and Mississippi Highway Patrol arrived to the scene. You'll see that car there, all damaged up.
Goodness.
But fortunately, no major. I think some folks were rushed to the hospital just to be checked out. Better safe than sorry. But it did not result in any death. So that is great.
Goodness,
yes. But another one of those areas to be careful. And I mentioned this early this morning. If you're coming from Meridian going to Southeast, you take a cement truck, you take a log truck, and there's a line of traffic, it would be hard to slow down at that intersection quickly. Never, ever take off if you're at one of these side roads there on 19. As soon as it turns green, do not floorboard it and go ahead.
Yeah, because a lot of people try to beat that light. If they're moving fast, they think, oh, I can get through it. But.
Yeah. Now, another thing that we wanted to bring up. Now, this happened on Sunday. And I spoke with Ward, and he had to track it down to make sure we got the information right. So we're a day late on this. I knew about it, but I wanted to confirm it because we always like to know, okay, that actually did happen. As we go out, this happened on Sunday afternoon, Lazilla Road. This would be just like you're headed toward the Navy base out of Marion with a 4-lane splits. You take a left there in Lazilla, right down here where you will find Old Country Club Road in Lazilla. Here's Van Zyveden Road. More or less, a shootout happened.
Oh, goodness.
And it was numerous shots fired as somebody come up to a home. The gentleman felt threatened, and next thing you know, bullets started flying. A home was hit with a bullet, a car was hit, and also a mobile home was hit with gunfire. Now, somewhere in this hail of bullets, no one got struck.
That's amazing.
Seriously, can you imagine that?
Yeah, that is amazing that nobody was hit if it was that much gunfire. Thank goodness nobody was hit.
Ward and the investigators are investigating this to figure out what did happen with that. It never ceases to amaze me of things that go on in our little area there. No one hurt. We don't know why the people come up to the homeowner, and that's under investigation. Hopefully one day we'll get the behind-the-scenes knowledge of what went on with that.
Right.
You planning on going to Melvin, Alabama, or maybe to Clark County today?
I don't think so, not today.
Okay. If you are, be on the lookout for this because the Clark County Sheriff's Department is busy looking for someone. Let me show you a picture here as we go to our friends down at Clark County Hot Topics. This gentleman here, they're looking for him. He goes back and forth in between Clark County and Melvin, Alabama. His name is Anthony Scott Robinson. He's wanted by the Clark County Sheriff's Office. False pretense is the charge that they've come up with him.
What does false pretense consist of?
I'd have to have a sheriff's department to explain that.
Because I've never heard that charge.
I've heard it.
I got a hair like sticking over
We're
here.
going to have to Google this and find out the exact reason. Well, I'm sure we got somebody from law enforcement watching that can kind of explain that. In my head, it's pretending to be something you're not.
Yeah.
Presenting yourself as someone that you really aren't. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know that 100%, but we'll dig into that to find out. Now, we also talked about this. We'll come back with this about a road closure that is in the neighborhood because it's going to upset the apple cart, so to speak.
It's going to be a mess, I think. Well, hopefully not. Let's don't be negative from the get-go. But
Negative Nancy. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to be a negative Nancy.
That's all on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace. Good morning.
On this field, as on the gridiron, each inch is fought for and marked by sweat. Each inch taken through disciplined training. With a Kubota L2501 tackling each inch in the trenches, whether those inches are measured here or here, all adding up to yards. For each yard, Kubota measures victory, and the touchdown is Parrish Tractor. Here, we're much more than a tractor store.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And good morning, Scotty Ray and Candace, and we done got a text from somebody.
Yeah. Are you talking about up here?
Yeah.
I thought you meant my little thing. I said I've gotten another appointment reminder for Thursday. I said, well, that ain't happening because
too early tomorrow.
Remind me never to make a year ahead appointment because I don't.
We'll work on that.
Yeah. But yeah, Nancy Graham said her name is Nancy and she does not like the term negative Nancy.
That's been around forever, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the poor folks named Mud. Mm-hmm. Your name is Mud.
What about like Karen? Don't be a Karen.
Yeah, and where did that just like all of a sudden started, the Karen thing? I'd never heard that until a few months ago, until the New York thing happened.
Yeah.
That was my first thing. But boy, it's popular now. You a Karen.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they ain't done a You're a Scotty Ray yet.
I know, or a Candace.
Let's see here. Kim said she's not an officer, but she Googled it and it said false pretense is an intent to defraud others. Larceny by trick.
Oh.
Kind of the same thing, pretending to be something you're not there.
Yeah.
Shame, shame. Sheriff's Department's all over you.
Everybody knows your name. Shame, shame.
That's how it goes there. She's good with these rhymes and things. As we mentioned now, this is going to be happening September 14th. Let's go to Sam Media. As we pull this up from MDOT, Mississippi Department of Transportation, is what they're going to be doing is closing a lane, and the northbound lane. Let's click on the picture here where you can get a good understanding of where this is. This is Highway 39. This is Highway 19, however you want to word it. Here's Sam's, the interstate, I-20. Right under here, this lane is going to be closed. Now, what does that mean for you? Let's read what the MDOT tells us. It's going to be happening beginning September 14th, which today is the 13th, so it's tomorrow night at midnight. They will close the northbound lane of this for 3 weeks.
Goodness.
3 weeks. That's a long time. The contractor will shut down the roadway under there to lower the northbound lane and vertically clearance beneath 2059 overpass. So they're going to be raising that bridge there, and they don't want anybody. So why does the southbound lane, and why is it okay?
I guess maybe they'll probably do that next, don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. But so you can go to the mall area from the North Hills area. I guess you can go that way, under the bridge that way.
That's the way it's
But when you
reading.
get ready to come back, you're going to have to take an alternative.
Yeah, it says the detour directs traffic to use I-2059 eastbound to the Jimmy Rogers Parkway exit 156, which is way past Sam's, and you'd have to circle back, come back, and get off how like you were going to Outback.
Right.
On that side of the interstate. Or you could go up behind the mall, go up to Sam's and Lowe's, and go down by Nelson Hall and get back on 20 to go around all that.
Right.
Lunchtime is what's going to be the crunch on that of somebody that really wants some Chick-fil-A.
Right.
And you work right across there. It's going to be a mess for you. So I don't want any surprises. But that ain't going to be lovely. We're going to send you down with a microphone and a camera and let you interview folks.
What do you think about this? It might be some bleep.
Yeah. I can see people getting kind of bent out of shape over that.
Yeah. I would imagine. But it has to be fixed. So
It does.
I guess we just need to suck it up and move on.
We did have an accident up by near the hospital yesterday. If you're coming over the 18th Avenue Bridge and you go up there, you're sitting at the stop sign where the barber shop is now, or you go straight, you can see Rush. Had a little fender bender there. Some folks got banged up yesterday. I think they're going to be okay, but it didn't feel too good at that present time.
Right.
We also mentioned that maybe there should be a class for height, how tall a vehicle is.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen this happen with that same bridge we just mentioned, where a backhoe hit it a few months ago. Y'all remember that? Took out a big chunk out of it, shut down traffic.
And also the tunnel, the tunnel, you know.
Yeah, it's
where
got hit.
everybody blows their horn going through it. But that's a really low, that should be easy to be able to eye that and say, no, I'm not going to fit under there.
Yesterday, Waters International, if you were to get off of the airport exit and you wanted to go up to College Park, where McDonald's is, where San Marcos, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't even go buy yourself a Honda four-wheeler. Why? The road was shut down. A city vehicle left something up in the air and took off and took out power lines. Click, 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 click. They were everywhere. So it shut down traffic for a couple hours in the area as Mississippi Power ran to the rescue and started putting it back up. Police officers were on the end at 5th Street there by Mid-South Welding, and then also there at Waters International, not letting traffic through until all of that was picked up and cleaned up. But it maybe
So power was out, I would imagine, right in that area. I bet Waters people were not real happy with
Nobody
using
were.
Power tools that plugged in. Yeah.
So that was a little mishap yesterday. Maybe it's time for a class on that.
Maybe so.
And if you will notice, always keep this in mind, like when people are working off-road and they put in those wood planks for you to drive on, after a while, mud will build up and it makes it taller than it originally was and will take out power lines.
Yeah.
If you're not careful with how tall your vehicle is.
You would think on a big vehicle like that, though, that it would have some kind of a sensor. If that's not down, your door, if it's ajar, it'll beep in your car.
But how many times have you seen that on interstates where you see a dump truck with the lid still up and you see the bridge going, you're going, low, stop. And it hits it.
Oh, that'd be bad.
I've seen so many people video that. And what gets me on that is the people that are videoing it, why didn't they drive up beside them and blow the horn and point out, hey, your dump bed, are they wanting to see
I
a
guess
tragedy?
their video was more important, you know.
But I can't tell you the times I've watched that on Facebook of people that do that. We do have homecoming coming up at, let's see here, Pleasant Grove Church. They're going to be having that it's out in Bailey on the 25th of the month.
Okay.
Not long off. I hope y'all enjoy.
182 years.
Wow.
182 years. Goodness, that's a long time.
It is. That's almost as old as the Queen is.
182?
She was older.
She was 96.
Did you see to where people last night stood in line for a mile to just get a glimpse of her coffin? They really love her in England.
Yeah.
And it really still bothers me, all of these folks that are still running her down in the news media. Why? The lady is deceased. She's done nothing to you. Leave her alone.
I mean, I don't have any kind of a respect for people that do that. I
Megan,
mean, I don't.
You got to pick on somebody. Megan's open. I mean, she's done so much. There's something you can pick on her about.
Yeah.
Boy. Chapel Hart getting. And I asked this earlier, and I'm not sure if Meridian has a watch party coming up for the show, but Chapel Hart, they're opening up everything in Poplarville, getting ready to see if the girls will win America's Got Talent. We hope they do win it.
Yeah.
It'd be a big deal there. They're hoping to fill the football field up with people as the show comes out.
And I think what is a great thing is they seem so humble too.
They are.
You know, I mean, that is, to me, one of the best things is to be humble when you receive some award like that. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, just to get this far is a big enough
It's a blessing.
thing. Yes, a blessing. But I wish them the best of luck.
And their career since this has happened is just taken. I mean, who gets a text from Dolly?
No, I know. You have made it to the highest point when you get that text from Dolly.
I
for
agree
sure.
with that. I also mentioned this morning, and I just love this guy because he's such a good person. I've had the pleasure of meeting him several times.
I wish I could meet him. It was so, because we watched a movie the other night with him in it, and what was that called? It'll come to me in just a second. An Unfinished Life. If you've never
have
seen that
not.
movie, it's a really good movie. It's got Robert Redford in it, and it's real good. But I said the other night, I was thinking, I just wish that I could meet him.
Morgan Freeman's who
like-
we're talking about here, and he is such a humble person that is so nice to everyone that speaks to him. Even the ones that when I was standing next to him, I was thinking, boy, they ain't got all those marbles there together there. Morgan. Just a gentleman and a scholar. But he got the keys to the city of Natchez, Mississippi. They're filming for a new show down there called Great Escapes with Morgan Freeman. And he goes to these small towns and describes it, and he voices it, of course. And he came to town, and they presented him with the keys to the city.
That's
I like
wonderful.
that.
Yeah, that is such an honor.
And to think it all started out with the electric company.
I know. I was just fixing to say I was watching him when I was little,
We
watching
were
the electric
kids.
company. Yeah.
He has traveled many, and for the most part, he was an older person when his career took off. He was not a young whippersnapper. He
Right.
was, in his 50s before he started getting good roles.
Out of all the actors or actresses, though, that I have seen, I mean, he is by far like one of the best. I mean, or if not the best that I've ever watched.
The two that top the list right now that I have a lot of respect for is Denzel Washington and also Morgan Freeman. They always seem to bring goodness around them.
Right. And to me, I think he is a neutral person. He doesn't like when the chaos in the world is going on. He always has that neutral ground,
Very
and
calming voice.
right. Common sense, answers to questions that people ask him, and fair. I mean, I would say seems like a very fair person.
Yeah, and I think the world of him, and we're proud to call him a Mississippian.
Yes.
You'll see him in Meridian from time to time. He walks around. I don't know what is behind this, Candace, but this is spooky. Washington State, and it almost sounds like the mafia involved in this, a funeral going on. Somebody had it out for somebody, and one of the cars blew up at the funeral.
Oh my goodness! I
They,
call my mother-in-law. She lives in Washington State.
Get her behind this.
See
but
what's going on up in there.
miraculously, no one was hurt. Did it go off early? I don't know. But somebody set off and went boom at a funeral, no less.
That is,
Again, I don't know all there is to know about that, but that's kind of spooky there.
yeah.
So, we saw, what was it, that Russian diplomat that the daughter used the car instead of him, and it went boom.
Yeah, I think it was expected for him to be in the car.
Yeah.
That's awful, though.
Yeah, have mercy there. Prince Andrew, they're not letting him wear his uniform during the funeral exercises that all involved with the Queen. He's got his little stuff pinned on, but he's wearing a suit where the rest of the family has their military attire on.
Okay.
He's kind of dressed down, so to speak. Not well liked. And I was almost kind of shocked by this. You're supposed to have respect during a funeral, but somebody heckled something at him yesterday as he walked by, and they took him down like a clown. Did you see that?
I heard a snippet of it this morning on the news. They were talking about it. I didn't get to hear. I was too busy getting ready, but I didn't get to hear what he said. But yeah, that is total disrespect to interrupt a funeral like that.
But they don't play there. They cuff and stuff you, unlike here in America where they get uglier and uglier during stuff like that. Whew. But those are some of the things going on there across the pond. And again, this will go on through. Is it the 19th when she will finally be laid to rest?
I think so. They've got her now lying in state. Is that correct?
Yes.
Or is what she'll do today, I guess.
So more to follow with that. Let's see. The watch party is going to be tonight for our girls here at 6:30. It's free to the public at the MSU Riley Center. I thought we had one.
Yeah.
In town. We do. So the watch party tonight, hope you can come out. It's sponsored by NBC right here locally. Come on out at the MSU Riley Center and show your support for the girls as they make their way to national television and may be the winner. They got talent.
Yeah.
I'm excited over this.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I don't know if I'll get to watch it though. We've got that Roku. I don't know if I can get local.
You got what?
It's the Roku, you know.
Oh
where
yeah,
you, get all
you
the
just flip on your little. You have to flip it off of that, and you pick it up.
Okay, I'll try that.
It's not hard at all, but you could go down.
Okay.
They're gonna have it up on big screen
Yeah, I
there.
could.
Ooh.
Goodness.
We're seeing more of this nationwide as inmates accidentally end up dead. We look at Oklahoma, the 14th person to be killed there, found dead in his jail cell. Boy. We'll see what they have to say about that a little later on there. For the, I think this is the, how many time? The 12th time, and I don't think he should ever get out. John Lennon's killer was up for parole once again. He didn't make it. They denied him again 12 times in a row there. Do you remember watching that? We were both young when all that happened.
I mean, I've heard about the history of that. I mean, but I've not.
I was a
I don't
little bitty
remember.
fella, but you know, he walked out of the hotel and there's this guy that done that. And in most instances when this happens, it's just somebody that steps up out of a crowd and you have no way of knowing that it's coming.
That's scary.
He was
That
just
really
a
is scary.
performer. Why would you want to harm somebody like that?
Well, there's not so mentally stable people in the world.
I
that,
guess you're
you know,
right on that.
That might have some kind of a vendetta against somebody, you know.
Nationwide, what they're saying is since we've defunded the police, and most folks are agreeing that voters are going to go against this, but nationwide, 13% robberies soar nationwide. Assaults are up 2.6% in these larger cities, and I'm shocked that that number isn't even higher. They just seem to get away with what they want. Why? There's not enough police anymore, not enough police presence. It's kind of like your mama standing at the door when you're trying to sneak into the house late.
Yeah.
If you know she's there, you're probably not going to do it the next time. And that's
Right.
what police do. They're deterrent. Police presence does deter crime. It's a fact. You can't change that. And with the nationwide cutting back on police, it's shameful. America one day, I think, will live to regret this. They don't see it right now, not everybody. There's a lot of people that do, but there are a certain group that yet to still understand this.
Yeah.
So thought we'd pass along that little tidbit of information for you.
I see several people saying they're not getting notifications of the show coming on. I don't know why that might be. But
I don't know. I got mine this morning,
Yeah.
but
you might need to go to the page and
Follow.
make sure you're following it, because I don't know if when we changed from Scotty Ray Weather to Scotty Ray Report, do you think they might have to re-follow it?
I don't
That
think.
could be possible.
But Facebook does things. Some days there was a week that it sent no notifications, just out of the blue. Also, if you're doing that, make sure to follow us on YouTube. Just subscribe and follow, and you'll get a notification on there also. It's a great backup to have one or both of these to where you can watch the show no matter what happens.
That's right.
All right, we got more on the way as we get your day started this Tuesday. Coming up here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Peaches, $1.99 a pound. Red, yellow, or orange bell peppers, 2 for $3. A 3-pack yellow, white, or bicolor corn, $2.49. 12-pack Coca-Cola products, 2 for $11. Assorted pork chops, $1.79 a pound. And certified Angus beef New York strips, $12.99 a pound.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As Bill made that comment about Illinois. Oh,
Yeah.
disturbing.
Yeah, he said that they've just signed a bill for no cash bail, and he says it'll further destroy the city as it has in New York City. It starts January 1st.
Wake up, America, as Earl Pitts used to say.
So like I said, like you said, I guess they'll just get arrested and then just be able to.
Check in, check out. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a motel. A little slap.
I don't
see
see
you
what
a
the
little
whole
bit.
point of arresting them is.
And that goes back to that thing to where stealing less than $1,000 is a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
It ain't many businesses can take 5 people in a row taking $1,000 from their business and they make it. It doesn't work. All right, let's take a minute and step back and see a few things that happened on this day. A legend was born. Elvis would like it so much that he would re-record one of this guy's songs. A lot of people go, well, I don't know him. He is a living, well, not anymore. He was a living legend, and Elvis done one of his songs called, you better remember the song, Blue Moon of Kentucky, Keep on Shining. Well, Bill Monroe was born on this day, father of bluegrass. He was one of a kind there, and you've seen him dance around.
Right. Patsy Cline did that song too.
Sure did. If you'll go back and remember, we had Ricky Skaggs start with him, and also Keith Whitley began his career with him out of Kentucky, and they went on to go their separate ways after Bill Monroe. I want to say those two even roomed together. Unlikely pair, but they were great friends. This lady was funny, no
She
matter
was
how you
funny.
slice it. Who
She was,
remembers her?
Yeah, Nell Carter. She played on the show Give Me a Break.
Yeah,
Remember
she
that?
sure did.
She passed away though, didn't she?
She did, some few years ago. But she was hilarious.
She was funny.
Always enjoyed watching her on TV. Let's see, 1965, this was one of his biggest ones. And what would give the idea of this song? Well, he was driving by back in the day when you saw tigers on gas tanks. It was their slogan. And it said, put a tiger in your tank. And, well, Buck Owens goes, I like that. And I think I'll write a song called I've Got a Tiger by the Tail. And it became a huge hit, kind of his signature song there for many years.
I've always thought it was a cute song.
Yeah, it was. 1969 down in New Orleans is where this guy was born. He would become from poverty to one of the richest people in the United States. And what a giver he is that gives back. And I've never heard anything bad on this man. At Thanksgiving, people line up for miles as he gives out turkeys. And he does this also at Christmas time in Atlanta now. And who am I talking about? Tyler Perry was born on this day. You'll know him from Medea. And let me tell you, that's talent.
It's so funny. Goodness. I mean, she is so real.
It
that
is.
character is just so real. I mean, I would never have known it wasn't a woman.
It is,
If I didn't know,
it is
you know.
small town,
Yeah.
everybody's grandma.
Right.
That tells you exactly how it is and will hit you with her purse.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he is such a nice fellow. Again, I have never heard anybody say a bad word on Tyler Perry. Very humble, and he started with absolutely nothing. Got his own production studio in Atlanta, like a little town out there. 1969, my life would change because I liked this show. As a kid, I would sit on Saturday mornings and couldn't wait to watch it. Scooby-Doo debuted on this date in 69. Of course, I was just being born, but hey, in 74, I knew who Scooby was.
I used to watch it after school. It came on after school.
Yeah.
Every day.
I saw this, and this is where America is just taking a turn to where we get so carried away with, well, what you say is wrong and you could hurt somebody's feeling. Some game that they've started with the Scooby-Doo sleuths, where she always calls the cops. they're having to take the cop car out of the video game because they felt like it was hurting someone's feelings. I'll put it that way. We've gone a little too far with this, getting your feelings hurt in America.
Oh, yeah.
1974, I can barely remember this, but I remember watching it with my sister. Anybody remember when the TV show was on, Chico and the Man? It debuted on this date back in 1974. And this would be the guy that played Fred later, Freddie Prinze Jr. This was his dad.
Okay.
The show ran until he committed suicide, and then the show ended, but it was big.
The older man played on Willy Wonka, the original
Sure did.
Willy Wonka. He was the granddaddy.
Do you remember that show at all?
I don't remember that show. Mm-mm.
But
I was born in 74, so I wasn't old enough.
But it was a show about L.A. and how the times of a guy trying to make it in L.A., and it was good back in the day. We also had another show, if I remember right. Oh, boy, I really like this. I used to sit and watch this, and I still will. Jim Rockford premiered on this day. Anybody remember Rockford Files?
Yeah.
Boy, I like that. And of course, during that show, he was real particular about it. The car was souped up, but he made him change the trunk lid and the hood to make it look like the cheaper version because he felt that on his salary on the TV show, he couldn't have afforded the more souped up car. So they chose the downgraded version of the car for the TV show. They wouldn't do that now.
Yeah.
Not at all.
He's a good actor, too, though.
He was. 74 must have just really been a big year for releasing new TV shows. There's a lot of girls that looked up to this girl. And if you'll go back and Google this, she was a good-looking woman during her time. Policewoman, Angie Dickerson, premiered on this date back in 74. She had it going on, y'all. Let's see what else went on this. 1975, this old boy was born. You would know him from Rascal Flatts. Joe Don was born on this date. We'll leave it at that.
You know who he reminds me of?
Kermit the Frog?
No, what's the blonde bombshell girl that passed away? That was
Smith?
Yeah, Anna Nicole Smith, the one he had the daughter by.
Right.
That's who he reminds me of.
And he reminds you of
Her
a woman?
ex. No.
Oh,
no.
I was trying to say he
Anna
didn't look like
Nicole's
her.
boyfriend that she had the daughter with.
This is complicated, but y'all hold on and try to follow.
I can't remember what his name is. He looks just like him.
It's like somebody saying, "You remind me of my third cousin that was once removed that I met at my uncle's funeral." And you go, "Do what?" Let's see what else happened today. 1976, this would become the guy that would be known as the Outlaw. The first guy to sell 10 million copies of it. Well, a million is how it started out there. But Waylon Jennings had the #1 album, and it was an album back in the day. Are you ready for the country? Are you ready for me? Who remembers that? Can't miss him, Waylon. 79, we'd get another big TV show. You laughed, and it was just really funny because Benson actually ran the government there. Anybody remember this? Benson premiered. He really told the governor what to do.
Yeah, but I watched that.
The daughter was Katie, wasn't she?
I can't remember what her name was, but the girl behind her, she's the one that played in Grease, isn't she? If not mistaken.
That girl there?
I mean, she looks like she played in Grease.
You got me, Candace. I don't even know her name.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
Grease is the word. I can't go to that one. This one was not my favorite. I'm not going to lie. I only bring it up because it does have name recognition, but it was a spinoff from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And it was kind of like a blah show to me. I never watched it, but maybe some of you did. Lou Grant. It ended today. They thought, well, that's not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
They pulled the plug on it. Also, 1990. This show may even still be going. I'm not sure. Law and Order. Anybody remember that? It made its debut in 1990 on this date. It could be over. I'm not real sure, but it was a big show. A lot of people like that.
Yeah.
We mentioned a few days ago that the shooting happened, and today is the day that he would pass away. And he was huge when it came to the rap world. Tupac passed away on this date after his injuries that he received a few days ago. Still remembered, and a lot of people idolize him to this day. Ooh, we've only gotten to 1996 so far. This, probably one of the best little comedies, family shows that everybody could relate to. The mama was always nosy, and the poor dad, he caught it. And there was always that brother that, well, never got a job. Everybody Loves Raymond premiered on this date back in 1996.
Yep.
Raymond. A lot of folks think
I
that,
watched it. I still watch it sometimes.
of course, his older brother felt that Raymond got favoritism from his mama. He was right. Today was the day back in '04 that Oprah would shock the audience and give away a new car to everybody in the audience. 300 brand new cars were given away.
That must be nice to be able to buy 300 cars.
They were all gifted by the car companies there, and which always made it to be in Oprah's audience because you never knew what you were going to get. It was a big deal there. 2005, we're getting on up in years here. This was a big cult show. I call it a cult because people really followed it, and I think it just ended. Supernatural premiered on this date back in '05. Of course, Sam and Dean Winchester that drove around in that '67 Impala. Loved the car. Don't know why they didn't choose a two-door for the show, though. Just my thoughts.
Yeah.
And we lose a rock and roll legend, I guess you would call it today. Anybody remember the guy named Eddie Money? He passed away on this date back in '19. I Want to Go Back.
Yeah, those were some good songs. That 2 Tickets to Paradise and Take Me Home Tonight. Those are really good.
Take Me Home Tonight is probably the song that I remember him best for. That's a glimpse at what went on this date. Hope it brings back a smile to you in some shape, form, or way. You remember something that jogs your memory.
Yes.
We got a bunch more to talk about. Y'all don't rush off.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
And we talk about our friends at Godwin Cleaning Services. They're always there and ready to go to work, and they've been doing that all week long. If you need anything washed, talk to them first and find out how affordable it is from your business to your home. They can get away that mildew, make it look bright and fresh again like it was when it was brand new, including roofs. It's a big change when you look at this, from shingle to slate to asphalt roof. Doesn't matter what you've got, tin, they'll clean it off and make it look great again. Even your driveways and parking lots, they'll make them sparkling clean again. They can get you set up on every month, every 2 months, however you need it done, as depending upon to keep it clean for you. Window cleaning as well. Decks and steps to keep them from getting slippery during that mist when it comes about. Take care of yourself. Make your house look it makes it look beautiful. Let them take care of anything that you have that needs cleaning. Soft washing, dependable, and they can get you on a schedule there to where you don't have to worry about it anymore. That's right. Godwin Cleaning Services. So what kind of big, have you already started planning for Halloween? Everywhere I go, I see it in stores now.
I bought a few little fall decorations yesterday. Unless we're having like a party or something, I really don't buy a whole lot of Halloween decorations just because it's just it comes and goes so fast, you know.
We should tell my wife that.
I mean, I've got a couple little ghosts I'll set around or something, but I'm not going to completely decorate unless it's a party or something. We did have a party one time, so I do have stuff, but
Did you go as
mostly fall.
Cleopatra, or would you go as?
No,
Wonder Woman?
We had a party,
I'm
for
guessing.
a kids' party Halloween thing, and we had a hayride and a haunted house and all that.
But there are a lot of those costume parties in the neighborhood where people really go all out to get dressed up as their favorite character.
Right. I saw a little ad last night of couples costumes, stuff that, that
The cowboy and the cowgirl type
right.
dress, Jane and Tarzan.
prisoner and a cop.
Oh.
I've seen that.
Always see lots of handcuffs in the morning after pictures. Leave it at that. Goldman Sachs says they're getting ready to sack a lot of people. And what I mean by that is get rid of them. Low-performing employees that have been coming back, not doing your work, they're getting rid of that. And they're also getting rid of the coffee, the free coffee that enticed people to come back to work, being cut out.
Huh.
The economy's a little shaky, so they don't have to be nice anymore. Start showing up to your jobs, folks, no matter where you're watching me from.
Right.
Let's see
I don't know
here.
how people can afford not to work with the cost of food.
Yeah, I know.
I paid $7 for a carton of eggs at the grocery store the other day.
Woo!
Yes.
There you go there. You ever watched that late night show, Oliver Stone? You ever watched him?
I have not.
John Oliver is his actual name. I think I said it wrong there. He slammed Law and Order for being pro-police. Finally, people in America are going, I don't think I like you anymore. He's very liberal with what he does. Now, some of his stuff I've glanced at. Was he funny? Yeah. But crossing the line there to where jumping on people for being for the police. Law and Order. That's what we talked about a minute ago. Why wouldn't you be? That's what the show is about. Maybe he could go back across the pond there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is disturbing. We had a congresswoman, and they can't prove it, but this is a pretty strong speculation. Pramila Jayapal, she tweeted in favor of the 9/11 tribute, but what she done was said, please pray for all that lost their lives. She included the people that also were flying the planes in her number that crashed into the building. It was, 2177 that passed away, and she jumped that number up to 2996 to include the 20 or 21 people that were involved in the planes that flew them.
Why would you? I mean,
Yeah, that tweet was immediately taken down as people started pointing it out and changed. We don't know whether it was by accident, and it could have been somebody gave her the wrong numbers. I'm going to go with that and keep it politically correct, because there could be something behind the scenes that we really don't know.
Let's hope that's not what she meant.
Yeah, I certainly hope not. NRA kind of upset as, have you seen this, to where they're going to start with credit cards tracking if you buy guns or ammo? Yeah, this would, they say this is going to help with mass shootings, keeping track of what people buy. There'll be a lot of people headed to the bank to try to use cash when buying stuff of this nature, is what that will cause.
Yeah. But then they're trying to get rid of cash too, right?
Yep,
So-
that's where I was going with it. You knew where I was.
Yeah, they're trying their best to control everything that everybody does.
Did that finally fail to where they were trying to make you report or anything over $600 that you got?
I think that did not go through.
Like if you sold your bedroom suit for $601.
Yeah, I don't think that passed. I don't think. I'm
Kind of
pretty sure it
bothers me because you've already paid tax on that money once when you bought it originally, and you're just reselling it.
Well, I'm the same way with like these people selling clothes online. I mean, when you buy it, you pay tax on it. If you want to sell it for what you want, it's the same principle, I guess.
Because you've already paid the tax on it. You're just...
But people, what I was getting at is, like, if that had gone through, there's people that sell clothes and make lots of money doing it, you know.
Yeah.
But I just think that's their prerogative, you know. But
we look to the funeral that's coming up, and we mentioned Joe is going to be going. No word yet if Donald will, but they will allow Joe to take the Beast, and that is the car that the presidential Cadillac, to the funeral. While lesser leaders of nations will not have that privilege, they'll have to ride a bus. But Joe, for security reasons, will be allowed to be protected while he's there, and I can understand that. We learn about this, and there's a lot more that I need to learn. They're in treatments of learning that they possibly may have a cure for cancer that's going to cut back on the amount of cancer that you get. Joe had a speech about this, and they're saying it's going to slash deaths by 25, within 25 years, it will cut the deaths due to cancer in half. So I guess that means me and you ain't got much of a shot here. Tick tock, tick tock.
well, let's hope.
We do hope one day that there is a cure for this horrible disease.
For sure.
We'll look back on it as, why didn't we have that pill before now?
Yeah.
Let's see what else is happening across America today. Let's see. Oh, boy. We have a man that was arrested after he broke into his girlfriend's home and dumped her. Well, it was just downright mean.
Yeah, her child had passed away, and she had the ashes in her home, and her, I guess, is he?
Ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, ex-boyfriend dumped all of her child's ashes in the trash.
Have mercy.
He'd have met his maker that day.
How cruel can you be? I mean, that's just like the ultimate insult there.
Yeah. He probably would not have left walking in my house. You know?
This may be the laziest person that I've ran into in the news headlines over the last 2 weeks. He killed somebody, but he was too lazy to bury him. So what does he do? He flags down a deputy. He goes, hey, look, I just done this, but I just really don't feel like burying the guy. He went to jail. Arizona is where that took place. I mean, really?
It was his stepfather that
Yeah.
he killed.
Guess it was a major disagreement there.
He was 52 and had a 61-year-old stepfather.
They kinda
Is that,
close
did I
there.
read that right?
He did.
Right.
Yeah, I think he married young. That's what it sounds like. Let's see here. Alex Jones is getting set to head back to court once again for the second trial. Because he's already lost $50 million. How much will be awarded this time for the second lawsuit involved with this? Alex does not have the world by the tail anymore. They are working upon him
They're
pretty
picking
hard
him
there.
to pieces. Yeah.
Do you update your phone every time if you've got
No, I don't.
an iPhone?
I don't.
I don't either.
I thought it like automatically updated on some things. I guess it does on some things, but yeah, I had like 25 apps that needed updating the other day. I did update them then.
Right.
Anyway, but what are they saying?
An update is out today, and it includes a redesigned lock screen and the ability to unsend messages. Like if you sent something, you go, oh my gosh, why did I send that?
I didn't mean to send that to
And
them.
you call it back.
Yeah, I've had messages sent to me that didn't mean to come to me. Yeah.
Wow.
I bet they wish they had the unsend button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe they like sending.
It's because and few people know how to do this. You have to really research this. If you send a email, you can recall it if it has not been read.
Okay.
But there's several steps that you have to do this. And accidentally, sometimes things are sent that weren't supposed to be emailed.
I will say this. I have talked to text before and sent it before I read it. And my phone does not recognize my country accent really good.
Yeah.
So it would have like, or what do they call it? Predictive text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we've gotten several comments this morning about there being some issues with the show online. And it's a Facebook issue, and I don't know why. But if you're having a problem with us, go to YouTube and go to our channel there, Sam Media, and you'll find it. Type in Scotty Ray on YouTube, and you'll be able to find it and follow us there. Or you can go to Twitter if you want to follow us and comment as well on Twitter. Okay. It'll get you to the show as well. I have no clue what is happening, as we had some earlier reports that notifications weren't going out.
That's something we'll have to check right after the show.
We'll look into that. So hopefully it'll clear up. But more coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace as we carry you through this bright and early Tuesday morning.
It's here, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap, located at the old Jeffries building at Bonita Lakes. Drop-offs will be held September the 8th through the 10th. The public sale gets underway September 16th and 17th from 10 in the morning until 7 at night. Then again Sunday, September the 18th from 1 until 6 with 25% off. And our final day, Monday, September the 19th with 50% off from 10 until 7 p.m. Make sure to come by the most talked about event all year, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap at the old Jeffries building, Bonita Lakes.
When you gear up and journey out, nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs. Journey onward.
Join Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesales every Tuesday night for a live auction, and you can bid from the comfort of your own home. Each week, Mike has a whole selection of auction items. Maybe you're a business that needs a liquidation sale. Or maybe you're in charge of an estate and don't know what to do with all you got. Talk to Mike Rice Auctions about an estate sale. Let Mike turn these items into cash for you. Your next deal is waiting for you at Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale this Tuesday night, live on Facebook at 6:30.
The Lauderdale County Farm Supply exit 151 is where you'll head to this morning. Take care of most anything you need. They've been there since 7:30 this morning, and they are ready for deer season. As we get ready to start planting, if you need any of this, Tecumseh seed and all of the great Buckmaster Pennington seeds, they've got that. And of course, the usual ryegrass and things that you will need to get it in the ground with fertilizer. Deer cameras, boy, we've got deer licks, blocks, any of that you're looking for with minerals as you go through here. If you're looking for a certain, maybe you need a tent, they've got that as well. And then I was mentioning all these deer attractants. They got them there on the shelves for you there. Maybe you need a skinning rack, handy to have there. And of course, feeders, a bunch of those throughout the store. And anything that comes to your home and that decor, getting yourself ready to spruce up your house for fall, they've got it there in the gift shop. Looks great, and well, looks better. Maybe you need some overalls. Anybody need that? A pair of blue jeans? They carry that along with, well, great shoes to work in, boots. You got it all at the farm supply, from pet supplies to taking care of your horse and cattle. They've got it all with corn and guns and ammo. Exit 151. Visit with them today. You'll be glad that you did, right there off the interstate. Good folks, been there a long, long time. Yep. Let's see here as we look. I don't know how I feel about this, but they're saying they're coming out, and it does sound good if you've got diabetes, but this would risk the half of getting a shot once a week, going somewhere. Maybe you can give it to yourself. This is in clinical research that would cut back on diabetes, and it would cut off your weight loss. It would help with a range of other issues that you may have too, but it would help losing weight, they say.
Yeah, that's already going on, right? Because I know several people who have gotten that, and they've lost lots of weight.
So it does work.
Oh, yes, it works.
Wow.
It works. Now, I did hear a couple of people say it made them really nauseated, like the first little bit every time they would get one.
Like first 15 minutes or so?
No, like the first few times they got it, they would be real nauseated. But I don't know if that's something that stuck with them through the whole, and I don't know how long you take it. Like, when is the cutoff?
It's a good question.
How many times do you do it? I just know that I think this one person's lost 30-something pounds already.
So if that interests you and you want to lose some weight, talk to your doctor about that. It's called the Weekly Obesity Jab is what they call it. They need to come up with a more clever name to make it more popular, I think.
Maybe I need one of them.
Boy, I could use some.
That or either wire my mouth shut. I don't know.
I'm just thinking of
Some people might be for that.
Just hiding the Snickers candy bars.
Yeah.
That might help me. But it's just if you sit still, especially if you're watching, you feel like you got to eat.
Yeah.
And Lord help us if the power goes out. It's like, we got to have it. Open the refrigerator again. I got to eat.
And that's the worst time when the power goes out to be going in and out of the refrigerator.
Nothing quite like being an American. Yeah. We just feel like it's our right to eat more and more and more.
Right.
We want to say thank y'all so much for being a part of our show.
Yes.
It always works so much better with you.
I know. We love the comments. I always mention that, but we do. And didn't see any birthdays today that I'm aware of, but hopefully y'all get them in the morning.
All right. We'll see you back tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8.
Yes. Have a good day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: